And where's my technology friend? Is he lost in the
Morning,
cloud?
Vernon. How are you doing?
Hey, my brother, great to have you. And I know you have something prepared to talk about, but this morning is one time I have quite a few things to put at you. I hope we can pack it in. First,
Okay.
I'm very concerned about the EOJ in terms of they probably need somebody like you there. The website is a joke. The website is more of a brochure rather than giving timely information. And in this day and age, we need to move away from that. If you look, for example, on the voter query uh,
You're right.
portal there, I think I mentioned to you before, what they do, they have one field for the date. And that's a no-no when you have input, for, especially for persons who are not au fait with computer matters. And what persons do is that they put in the date the way they feel like putting it in, even though you can see faithfully the format. They leave out the slash, for example, because they're required to put in the slash. Also, if they put in July, which is 7, they have to put in the 0. Now, why do you put the users through that? Make it simple. Put one field for the year, one for the month, and one for the day. And above it, you indicate the format. You don't put the format faintly in the box so those of us who our eyes are dark, we can't see it. And also, you should have a way where when you browse over the field, you get detailed explanation as to what to put in. Another thing too, when it comes to voting, you have quite a lot of statistics there. Once you be able to click on a file and you
Right.
download the data in CSV format, I mean, you can use your Excel and you can manipulate the data. Why are we putting up this information like it's a brochure? You know, and when you do that, no, it means another thing too is that reports coming in. Are you telling me they don't have a system in place where when your reports come in, it goes online immediately? You have to be listening to different radio stations, and one radio station will give you one figure, another one give you another figure. One will decide that this side win and that side lose. What should happen? You should have a site giving you real-time information. We do it for sports. We do it for other matters. You tell me we can't get it right after so many years, and we have quite a number of intelligent and bright people and programmers working there. And when I told him about the input here, I was told that it takes time to do. You're a programmer analyst. I told him it can't take more than about 15 minutes to change the field.
Well, it depends. And I mean, a lot of people, ironically, I actually wanted to speak about websites and how you know you have a good website. And actually, yes, you're touching on one of the main things. Your website should be very easy to use. You should not be basically you shouldn't have to have a degree to try and figure out how to use somebody's website. Everything should be plain and simple.
Yes.
Right? So that is all a part of the design stage, and a time should be taken to make sure that you design your websites
And let me
properly.
just squeeze that quick one before you're back on. Okay, your time is finished already. But it's when I have all these ideas, I need to have you just to tell me if I'm talking sense.
No, man, you're not talking nonsense at all. Definitely,
We have all
definitely.
the
Yeah.
technology here, you see? And you remember when we had the earthquake, it took us 6 hours before we heard what was happening. And what happened was that person just went on the road, back up the street. So if somebody was ill and had to be taken by ambulance to the university, you couldn't drive on our roads. Now I said then we need to be able to communicate in an emergency to all the radio stations. Say for the police, fire brigade, everybody. Would you believe we don't have a system like that in Jamaica? We don't. And I'm proud to tell you that I stopped the system and
I
they
fail
don't
to believe
even
so, bro.
use it. I must
I
admit
feel
that.
that
What's that?
we don't have a system like that. I believe so.
Well, I'm tell you, I use
Or
I use a simple
what
what we call it now,
probably
WhatsApp.
we like to spend.
I use a simple WhatsApp to set up a system where if there's a
Mhm.
problem, just like in Halfway Tree, there was a shooting there, and the whole of town was locked down for nearly an hour and a half. Now, I'm
Yeah.
glad that they started, well, at least have one police officer use it. So what they do when they send it to the WhatsApp community group, the whole news media
Mhm.
gets it immediately. You can now go on air and you can say there's a problem in Halfway Tree, there's accident. Don't forget when you had the oil spill on the road in Spur Tree Hill. And I'm
That
saying
is true. That is true. That is true.
our people are reluctant, especially those are leaders, and they're getting good pay. And they refuse to use the technology. They must change. If they don't change, they need to step aside. I've said enough this morning. Over to you, and I take up all of your time.
Yes, yes, Vernon.
I said, hand over to you now after I
Right.
take up all of your time.
No, man, no, man, no, man. I do agree with everything that you're saying. And yes, you need to make sure, as I said, that, all your website, I mean, especially for a public organization like that, is you actually spend the time to design the website properly and make sure that you don't confuse your users. And
Exactly.
yes, we have a lot of there every day, as you said, there is increasing technologies around. It's just for the people in society to decide, how do we apply these new technologies. I mean, you have WhatsApp, you have a lot of online messaging programs. We can create groups to disseminate information to the correct
Exactly.
parties. All of this technological infrastructure is there. It's just that we have not basically thought about how we can use these technologies effectively. You see, no, even though a lot of businesses right now, before we used to have to, like, say, if you're doing the retail business and you're selling things, you see a lot. What has happened now, the generation gap has allowed that, we use WhatsApp on a daily basis to even send emails to your head office, and that's integrated. Nobody really makes phone calls anymore. They feel that, texting is a better way to communicate. And setting up all of this, using the simple infrastructure afforded to us by these technological advancements can help, society communicate better and increase efficiencies.
And they tell you they have to wait until the law is changed. Law change what? WhatsApp is there, all of us are using it. Use the
Yeah,
technology to
and
communicate
I think
effectively.
laws come in afterwards, because basically you would have to, just like how the Prime Minister opened the road, he said afterwards, we'll have to see what's going on with the road first before we're able to, make other changes, because, it's everything, even in applications that we don't build everything perfect. There will be bugs and they will have
Yes.
to be ironed out. That you should do proper investigation before you establish something or build a program or build a building or anything. Proper investigation should be done before you do go out on these ventures. But still, even after that happens, you may still have some bugs that you may need to iron out.
Yes, yes. But I'm once again
Right. So,
appealing to those who are in charge. I've communicated with you. You have a wonderful system where if there's a crisis, I've set up an alert system. And by the way, nobody don't pay me for doing it in public. I'm mad, right? But just do it so. And ask us that the public need to help you. That is my contribution. No, I'm contributing. You're not working with it, right? At least one police officer has sent out 2 messages already, and I'll call his name, DSP Gary Mackenzie. But we all need to use it. And
he
does
has a direct line to you.
now, what happened now, I have a community group. It's an alert. I call it emergency alert. So if there's, like yesterday, a truck blocked a road in Kingston. So all they did is just sent a message in the group, and the whole media got the message. Now, take, for example, the EOJ head. He has to go around giving interviews to every single station. Now, if he had become a part of that group, he would have simply sent out a voicemail, and that voicemail could be used by the whole media. But when you go from media to media giving interviews, you might change information without realizing it and create confusion. Send the same information to everybody at once.
But I mean, we live in an age of information, and as I said, information is key. But also remember, you also can have fake news going on. So one also has to disseminate, make sure that you get avenues of information from the right sources.
Right, but this system that's set up, because only they can send message in the group. Only those
right.
like
you
see
have
the
people that prioritize, like, make sure that the right people are joining the group.
right. No, the person they can join, but only those persons who are authorized, like the fire brigade, head of the fire brigade, deputy commissioners, ODPEM head. So you can't go wrong with that. You're getting it from the horse's mouth. Another thing I must say quickly, that it's all clear to me that organizations are capturing data from people and they're selling it. I don't have the hard proof because, in my work, I'm not a police officer. But reminding my listeners, do not give your phones or laptop to persons. They take it and go behind here, and they can download all your contact, including having confidential access, like your bank account or so on your phone, because many of us, we let it signed on permanently. We just sign on to the phone. And I must tell you, I discovered that when I went to a place and I wanted to fix my phone behind the scene. And I said to them, no, when I threatened them and tell them what was happening, the technician came out front immediately and fixed the phone. Anyhow, This other what I've said, is no material
Right.
to come back next week and the week after to talk about, and probably 3 or 4 weeks to talk about. So just tell us how we can contact you, my friend. I took up all your time today. Andre?
No problem, Vernon.
Right.
You
So
can call me. Yes.
so go ahead and tell us how we can contact you because the time is gone. Very quickly.
You can contact me by email.
I think we're having a challenge with the connection.
At Intersol at Tech Project.
All right, go again. We just missed you a while ago.
You can contact me via email at Intersol at Tech Project.
We seem to be having a problem. All right, we'll talk and get information out. Okay. You're listening to Spot On with Vernon Darby, coming to you live from Kingston, Jamaica, right in the middle of the Caribbean Sea, where we say Jamaica with little but with Talawa. All right, stay with us. When we come back, we will have the people's lawyer, Wendell Wilkins. Vernon Darby saying to you, so come back. Don't move.